Although the Seven Years' War began in Europe in 1756, where did the War for North America begin in 1754? 4. Right choice. Ohio Valley is the best answer. An agreement or a settlement of a dispute that is reached by each side giving up something. Good thinking. Compromise is the right answer. An authoritarian and nationalistic right-wing system of government and social organization. Solid response. Fascism is a valid choice. Prior to the start of the 7 Years' War, British forces in North America found it difficult to defeat the French in battle. What accounted for these British military losses? Good job. Your answer, British forces were not familiar with bush warfare, works well here. Unconventional warfare with small groups of fighters ambushing and raiding their opponents. Name comes from the Spanish for Little War. Nice selection. Guerrilla war is the correct and valid answer. Why is the Battle of Saratoga significant? Great thinking. The French allied with the Patriots is the right choice.
During Noe, Japan bombed Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. After this, the US entered the war. This is an example of what cause of war.
Sharp thinking. Self-defense is the right choice. The EU has imposed massive and unprecedented dash against Russia in response to the war of aggression against Ukraine. Excellent choice. Sanctions is the right answer. A war between groups in the same country to gain independence, change the government, or take control. Nicely done. Civil war is a solid answer. A country uses all of its human, economic, and military resources to fight this type of war. Valid point. Total war is true. Why did the British think that the French would assimilate into their culture? You chose because they won the war and this was punishment. And it is correct. The belief that all disputes should be settled by peaceful means. Excellent. Pacifism is a brilliant choice. What year did the British and the French sign a peace treaty? On track. 1763 is the correct answer. A group who have a specific racial or cultural background. Correct. Ethnic is the right answer. Conflicts fought between two groups within the same country. Smart pick. Civil war is the correct choice. Loyalty, pride, and devotion to a particular nationality. Bravo. Nationalism is the answer. Which pacifist is against all types of war and violence? Well picked. Absolute pacifist is the correct answer. The Persian Gulf War is an example of a war fought over. Nice work. You chose economic resources and it is correct. How many criteria did Aquinas suggest for a just war? Exactly. 8 makes sense and it is right choice. What is the treaty that ended the Revolutionary War? Great job. The Treaty of Paris is the accurate answer. Armed conflict that uses flying machines like planes. Well reasoned. Air warfare is the correct choice. Understanding or agreement between governments. Strong choice. Entente is the right answer. Why was the Battle of Trenton important?
Well done. It was the Patriots' first win is the right choice.
Who developed the just war theory?
Smart move. Thomas Aquinas is an accurate answer.
When did the 7-Year War start? Clear logic? Your choice 1756 is sound and 100% true. Does the church support war?
Correct response. It is viewed as a last resort is the most accurate answer.
What is war? You're right. A large-scale violent conflict is the correct answer. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format? Right again. Contact Narayan Changda is a valid answer.